Hello lovely friends, it's Christine here and I am back for Thrifty Thursday, and I didn't actually plan to be doing a Thrifty Thursday video today, but on the weekend I was cleaning up in the room where I am decanting the things from the house I am sorting out at the moment, and I came upon a second bag that I had received from Purveyor of Reclaimed Textiles on Instagram when I picked up my goodies from her at the D-Stash at the Embroiderers Guild, and I'd completely forgotten about it. Although last week when I was going through my bag with you that I had got from her and telling you how restrained I had been, I was thinking, oh, I'm sure there were a few other things that I had purchased. Well, they were in this bag. And in fact, you've already seen one of the things, which was this quilt piece, which is going to be going onto the top of my, let me just go and grab it for you, onto the top of my vintage fabric. You can't really see it because it's quite a big tub. My vintage fabric cluster and pattern inspired box or little sort of caddy carrier. So I've finished my little cluster over here, although I've still got to put the rickrack on, but it's got its little buttons and things, and I just love how it is coming together. And the plan is to have this piece, which has now been washed as well, and it washed up beautifully. Thanks, Martha, for your tips. It all hung together well. I just gave it a gentle hand wash and then dried it outside in the fresh air, just to give it a little bit of a freshen up. So this was one of the lovely bits from Purveyor of Reclaimed Textiles. And it's just, yeah, beautiful quilt. It's got the tying technique. I think that's what they call it, tying, where they put the little knots through, and beautiful fabrics. And I think some of these are probably vintage feed sack as well. So I've got to research the designs, but I thought it might be nice to keep that in its entirety. Originally I thought I might sort of cut into it, and that's still possible, but if it fits on my little caddy, I will probably use it that way. As you know, I love vintage packaging, and I love rickracks and braids. So I've got two beautiful ones. Just love that this one was originally 18 cents for 5 meters, made in Czechoslovakia. And it's a beautiful blue. So that will be lovely. And then this one, Establishments Boucard Paris, Lacet pour dentelle. 12 meters 50. So I guess 50 meters originally, maybe, not sure. But isn't it just lovely? It's a really beautiful looking rickrack. And you know, I can't resist either handmade lace or really interesting. I imagine this might have originally gone on maybe a dress somehow or something, because it's fully joined all around. Yeah, I'm not certain, but as I was looking at it, I was thinking these could be even cute to put as little plants growing up the outside of my little slow stitch box that I am making with the beautiful patchwork hexies. So I've actually now got, and I'll come back in another video and do this, but I've got my little triangle end piece, and wouldn't these be, let's just put this one here for now. I think these would be just lovely at the base of the house, and it might even be the perfect size that I can run it right around the box. I'll have to look at the measurements afterwards. It might be meant to be. I haven't given it a wash yet. It does have some little stains, as I say. Stains never worry me. They just add to the charm and the age. But yeah, that could be really sweet. This one I've seen Melanie from Purveyor of Reclaimed Textiles. She now has a new Instagram account that links to from her old Instagram account, but she was having some problems with her Instagram, I think. But I've seen her post various vintage pages out of little fabric vintage books. You can tell how old they are by the coloration on them. This one says, I have a very pretty blouse that fastens up with snaps. I squeeze both halves together hard so they'll stay closed, perhaps. And it's got this sweet little button that you do up. And so I think most of the pages had some sort of interactive element to them, and this one, yeah, was a little snap button, and I guess so the kids could practice the process of doing up their button. But what a lovely idea, and just how incredibly old. I might need to look up the cloth books and work out what its age is. Isn't that sweet? Sweet little button. So who knows, that could even end up in my little sort of fabric inspired haberdashery box. While we're on haberdashery, I'll show you, as you know, I can't resist, and I did have some other rolls of thread in my other haul. Sheen twist. This one looks like a very old packet. Some more of the beautiful little small ones. Isn't that a lovely champagne colour? It's also got a bit of the, let's just do these up so hopefully they stay. Beautiful wooden on, and a pink, almost a fluoro pink. Lovely purple and a really nice sized wooden spool. I like how sometimes the colours have, they sort of show a bit of staining in them. If I can stitch with them, I will, and then I'll reuse the wooden spools for little snippet rolls. And this one's a beautiful orange, so that was just a nice little selection. As I say, most things are a few dollars. Sometimes special fabrics might go up to $6 or something each. Sometimes something like a patchwork might be $10, but yeah, very good prices. And if you're in Australia, particularly if you're in Melbourne like me and can pick them up and not have to pay postage, it's very economical. So this is a beautiful piece. So I think it's a cotton. I don't think it's a linen, but it's a lovely feel to the fabric, and a beautiful toile with little children. And because I've got my burgundy piece, I always keep an eye out for burgundy ones in the sort of burgundy French tradition. Now, so funny, when Melanie moved on to her new site, she posted this particular design of fabric, and at the time I thought, oh yeah, I definitely have to get that. She hadn't put a price on it, so I asked her. In the process, I was cleaning up the room, found that I had a bag with this exact fabric in it that I'd previously obviously purchased off her, and she obviously had another piece to sell, and so I had to say, oh actually Mel, I've already got that one. But she was probably thinking, Christine, I'm sure I've sold it. So it looks like originally it had a seam, probably a sheet, I'm thinking. But I just love that it looks like it's patchworked, and if I want to sort of sew around the pieces, then I can make it look like a patchworked piece. So it's sometimes nice to have the fun and fast patchworks. I've got a whole drawer now of those sort of patchwork style fabrics. Again, this one is going to go to my burgundy bonheur piece. It's a really beautiful linen. I just even adore, and will probably use the edging piece, the selvage. Why couldn't I think of that word? And yeah, because I've got my brother and sister-in-law and the kids over there that love their horses, I thought that might be a nice one to have, because I'm creating the slow stitch sort of style quilt with lots of sort of family references in it. House they live in doesn't look like that house, and their horse probably isn't quite that big, because that looks like a very big horse compared to the rider, but I just love the decorative features around, and I'll be able to do a bit of stitching into it as well. I'll grab these ones together next, and I can probably put them in the little bag that they came in. These are bobbins, Honiton bobbins, and they originally came from the All Hallows Museum in Honiton. So I'm going to have to look up where that is. But I just thought, wouldn't they be lovely to either put little snippets around, maybe make into little slow stitch style sort of umbrellas. Lots of possibilities, and they're beautiful little wooden bobbins. So they will be fun. I think that when I counted them up, there was about 24 or 26 in here. And originally they were £16 for 40 of them. So I'm sure, again, these were only a few dollars when I bought them off Mel. So that's quite a good price. Then we have, and you might be thought, and before we go on, there's another lovely little thread. And then we have a whole lot of tassely trim. And you might be thinking, what does Christine need that tassel trim for? Well, I thought these could be absolutely fabulous for using in my texture pieces. And again, I'll just lean over. So if you've been watching the channel, you might have seen my Fleur Woods pieces. And even, you might not be able to see it, but I used something like a sort of a tassel thing, a little windy cord, but that came out like tassels. And in fact, even down here as well, I've got some little sort of tassel bits, but they're fabulous just for giving really interesting texture, which is what I'm all about in those pieces. And I thought for either roots, because one of the pieces I want to make is a little river scene with the roots of a tree coming down. I thought I could colour them up with my Inktense, but also for little sea scenes. This would just make fabulous seaweed and have things coming up out of it. I kind of like to sometimes keep a real movement in my pieces, so I thought it would be wonderful for that. I'll just put that over there. That will give me plenty to play with and plenty to paint up. Now, when I was looking at this one, just before, I was thinking, has someone hand painted the fabric? Because I was looking at some things maybe like this bright blue and thinking, would the fabric have been made with that? But in fact, I've found this exact fabric online. It's by a company called Dandelion Designs, and they do the toile, but the toile with these bright painted parts on it. And I just think it's really magical, really interesting. And I love that some parts are coloured up, and as you can see, it is actually, the colour is actually woven into it. And it's a really decent sized, it would have been a sample piece I think originally, because it's got the little holes, and it's got the stitching around the edge. But yeah, lots to use out of that. So I'll have to think of a special project for that. And then I suspect Mel, because she is associated with the Embroiderers Guild, got some of these fabrics which I'd bought before I went to the D-Stash from the lady that I bought some further fabrics similar to this from. So yeah, just some more lovely sort of, I guess, like junk journal-y style pages. So who's the other ones were Robert Kaufman were some of them. Jim Holtz. Oh no, not Jim Holtz, Tim Holtz. Christine, I was like, Jim Holtz, no, that doesn't sound right. Tim Holtz. So yes, this one's probably a Tim Holtz. It doesn't have its selvage on it. That will be fun to play with. And then this one, lots of greens and burgundy. So again, this one would have been a temptation and will be used in my burgundy piece. So who is this one? Oh, it's called Christmas Stripe, which is interesting. Tim Holtz again. But yes, I mean, I guess it's Christmassy. It's got the green and the burgundy, but I'll definitely just be able to use it on my piece because they're the perfect colours for that. And then a sweet little bit of toile, and again it's got the sort of burgundy green and antique tones, so I think that one will be stitched into, and some thread painting in that, and possibly something done up in the background. Lovely piece of linen. Isn't this divine? And this will be absolutely wonderful to stitch into, and quite a decent size of it. Sometimes the linens are a little bit more, but I just can't resist something as beautiful as this. So lovely. And then I've subsequently bought myself some William Morris, but once in a while, not William Morris, William Morris design, but Strawberry Thief from Liberty Fabrics. And yeah, just love this design. So I'm now getting a nice little stash of my Liberty fabrics. I'm just having a look which drawer they are hiding in. Here they are, down here. So I've got quite a lovely little stash of goodies now. Quite a selection, so there will have to be a little Liberty special project coming up soon, and I will put this one in here now while I remember. Just give it the sniff test to make sure it smells nice and fresh, which it does. And in that can go. I do love these little sliding drawers next to my desk. It makes it really easy to access things like my threads and other things. I like to have them handy. Then some beautiful just little sample squares, very useful. I'm sure I have a bigger piece of this one actually. I haven't seen this one before. It's a really nice feeling fabric actually. Another one of the rows. So I think these must have been maybe originally done for a quilt or something. It's beautiful. Another lovely one there. Isn't that sweet? And I've just remembered I've got a happy mail from the lovely Christina to open with you as well. I haven't been opening it because I wanted to wait until I got hers off in the mail, but I did that a couple of days ago. She'd asked for a few of the fabrics that I got at the D-stash she was keen for, and I said very happy to send you some, but then it took me a little while. I'd actually misplaced my little postage stamp box. So, but all sorted now. And I got my subscriber giveaway off as well. Oh, that burgundy one will be wonderful. This is a bigger piece, so this one will be great for my burgundy piece. Even for my little houses, if I'm running low on pieces to make hexes out of, this one would go great too. Beautiful detail in the design, and a really nice feeling fabric. Almost has the feel of a Liberty or something. Don't know if I got one of these in the other lot. A woven trim, very wide, but I think it's lovely. I like my map ones because I do have some travel inspired projects. I do have some other map fabric also, but yeah, that would come in handy. I think I'd shown, oh no, I showed you another blue one, so I think I've got two blue rickrack hiding here somewhere. Can I find the other blue one? Yes, is it a different blue? Both 18 cents. They might be the same. So I'll be able to put one in my using collection and have one in my sort of vintage haberdashery collection. Perfect. I think I might have seen this pattern on Mel's site recently too and thought, oh, isn't it nice? But I do already have it. I love anything with birds, and the blues are just lovely. Bring it up a bit closer so you can have a look. So yes, maybe I wasn't so restrained with my Mel purchases. It's not terrible. As Rachel says, I'm a terrible person. No, I'm not a terrible person. I'm a person with a passion. And just a lovely old piece. Very old actually by the staining. I'll give it a little wash, but again the stains won't bother me. But again, just great for taking little individual items out of, even for some of my texture pieces. I thought it could be fantastic. Or for little covered buttons. These designs are great. These would be great for little covered buttons also. So lots of possibilities there. And then this is what I was looking through the last bag thinking, I'm sure I had some patchwork pieces. This one's a lot bigger than I thought it was when I was buying it. I thought it might just be a little square, but it's a lovely piece of patchwork. So I'll have to think of something to do with it. Obviously I could take sections of it and add them to projects, but it almost looks a bit too good for that. So I might even put it on a large project bag. Turn it into a lid for a round box of some sort. That could be nice. I'd have to work out how these bits come down and come round. Yeah, possibilities upon possibilities. Making a box out of it, yeah, or the inside of a box and have these as the edges. Not sure. And it's got lovely fabric on the back as well, and hand stitching on it also. And then a very old cutter quilt. So Mel often gets cutter quilts, but just have a look at the age in this. It's fabulous. And sometimes in these cutter quilts, when you look inside, you might find other fabrics hiding within under the layers where they've done sort of patching or or other things. So it's going to be interesting to have a look within. But I just love how old and worn it is. If I wash this, I'll have to give it a very gentle wash, I think. And then it's just got a very basic fabric on the back. So that's that. Let me know in the comments if in a separate video you would like me to have a look through this book that I got from Mel. And again, she's a great resource for books. I think I looked this one up and it's selling online for $100 or something. But from Mel, I think it would have been $10 or $12 or something like that. So it's called Art of Embroidery, History of Style and Technique, Lanto Singe, The Royal School of Needlework. I'll just give you the briefest of briefest flicks, but then let me know if you think that might be something that you would like to have a closer look at together. And it might be even some, oh my goodness, a lace bookmark from Hampton Court Palettes. So Melanie, or whoever owned the book, has obviously put this little lace bookmark in, and it has stayed with the book as it has travelled my way. And I'll grab the mail from the lovely Christina. So I have a card. Belated happy birthday, Christine. Hope you enjoy a little surprise gift with green applique sourced in Launceston, as was the aged and faded ribbon bindings thread sourced from someone's grandma's stash. Love, Christina. Let's have a look. Wow. I love opening a little surprise package. Oh my goodness, look at this. How lovely, Christina. Thank you so much. And the green's going to be wonderful to go again into my my treasure hunt piece, my burgundy and greens. That will be really, really lovely. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that from your little travels collection. And again, this as well. Isn't that great with the fading on it? I love that. And it's made it go almost like a goldy green. It is fabulous. I think that whole ribbon might need to wend its way across my piece. The great thing with ribbons is you can kind of have them almost stitched into the piece, but like they've got a bit of a life of their own as they cascade up it. And then let's have a look at these beautiful threads. This one looks quite old. This is a Ricamont and Cora, Milano and Lucca. I've been to Lucca and I've been to Milan. Much prefer Lucca over Milan. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful, beautiful. Feels almost, silky. And then some lovely, lovely perle threads, which I do love working with. DMC. Two beautiful creams, which again will just be so perfect. I think I might have commented in one of my videos I didn't have as many of the greens, so these will be just wonderful. So lovely. I am truly spoiled, Christina. As I said, there was no need to send anything. I was happy to share some of my stash. But what a lovely, lovely surprise birthday gift. I will treasure and enjoy and add them to my treasured pieces, and I will enjoy stitching with these and saving the little labels to hopefully stitch into my pieces, and they will be just delightful. Isn't it such a kind and lovely community that we all belong to? People are just so incredibly sweet. So I hope you're having a good day. Hope you have some lovely stitchery in front of you, or you're crafting, or maybe you're just having a nice relax. And here we're about to be heading tomorrow into Friday and into the weekend. I think I'm ready for it after a very tiring week. So thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.